Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD is a very fun bunch of words to say together on this frosty morning in Vancouver. This is a new game from Sega, and I played this on the Nintendo Switch, but it's also available for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It's based on an old Wii game from 2006, which must have driven, I can't remember if I reviewed it or not, but it probably drove me crazy. I know for a fact that I checked it out. It's a vaunted series from Sega, and who the hell would have predicted that? They've made tons of Super Monkey Ball games, and it's fun to re-experience and to jump back in and to play, another game in this franchise. Perfect! I'm an enormous Super Monkey Ball fan, and this goes way back to the GameCube days, but I also remember the fantastic iOS Super Monkey Ball game that came out for the iPhone, and it was one of those games that made me realize, wait a minute, iPhone gaming, we're going to have to take this seriously because they've done a damn good job of porting Super Monkey Ball to this device. So, needless to say, I have a fondness for monkeys in a ball, and I can hear Tommy's voice just echoing in my head right now. On the Wii, of course, they had motion controls, and it would drive everybody nuts. Companies just doubled down on motion controls on the Wii, much to our chagrin, and infuriated us as players back then, because it was just impossible to kind of have the finesse to navigate through these really tricky little mazes and platforms and get your monkey in a ball to the goal, and collect as many bananas. That's the game. I'm describing that. That is, if you want the whole rundown on what a Super Monkey Ball game is, you collect the bananas and you get to the goal, and then every once in a while you bop a boss on the nose or the belly button, and then you progress to a whole bunch of other new platforms and mazes, and you get the monkeys and you get to the goal, and rinse and repeat. Goal! It is fun. The core of this experience, this franchise, is fun, but you're like, why is this cute game, making me so angry? That kind of goes with the territory with Super Monkey Ball games. You're always a little bit pissed off when you're playing them, which is crazy because they're so cute, but then you get addicted to it, and then you might be playing with a little kid in your house, like my nephew who was playing with me, and I had to hold my tongue and not swear. And he would go crazy dancing to the music because the energy from this game, just the wackiness, the zaniness of it is infectious as hell. So if you have little kids that happen to be in the vicinity of this game on a television screen, they're going to be dancing. So get ready for that. So move stuff out of the way because they're going to be doing all kinds of butt shaking and dancing around like crazy maniacs, which is what my nephew did. And it was hilarious. And honestly, it added to my enjoyment of the game because it is charming as hell. I chose to play with the Pro Controller on the big screen. It looks great on the small screen when you take it portably as well. And there was work involved in upgrading everything from the old resolutions of the game, of the Wii, into 1080p. They've done a good job. Everything looks nice and widescreen, and it's sharp, and there's some nice little surprises in there. They've added party games or mini games into this collection as well. One of them I like. It's kind of like a space shooter thing where the monkey's in the ball. The other ones are kind of like ripped off from old Olympic or track and field style games. They've added a Decathlon Mode where you actually can play with other players and do all the mini games in succession and sort of tally up the points at the end. They're okay. They're not going to blow you away. There's been a lot of better mini game collections in lots of other games out there. But here's the thing. This is a franchise. There's lots of games in this thing. There were Game Boy games and PlayStation 2 games. Traveler's Tales worked on a game. Of course, the GameCube games are classics. Why didn't Sega take this opportunity to make a Super Monkey Ball collection? I know that would have been a lot more work, but imagine if they did a Super Monkey Ball definitive collection. We're in this era now where we get remasters with all kinds of extra stuff, or a complete reboot or a re-envisioning or a reimagining like we got with Shadow of the Colossus or the new Medieval, which I'm playing right now. There's lots of ways to kind of bring back classic stuff, and Sega's done an excellent job at bringing back some classic games. We just saw their Sega Genesis Mini, and they also did that fantastic collection last year of old Genesis games, available on all the platforms on the PC. This was an opportunity to bring back, the Monkey Ball games in totality, even port the iOS game to this, and sort of do like a museum of Super Monkey Ball experiences, and that would have been been incredible. That would have been awesome. And so it's hard for me, as someone that is completely ensconced in all of these different collections and all of this retro gaming that I'm doing right now, to not think about that, especially because Sega has been a pretty big leader with honoring some of their classic stuff. And so I think that's a missed opportunity, and it's a weird thing that they chose the Wii version of the game, which was, you know, a major letdown when it came out. Aesthetically, it was great, and production values were great, but it was just really, really frustrating to play, and it didn't leave a great taste in people's mouths. Good work involved, so maybe what they thought was, well, let's fix that game, and we'll make it for regular consoles and regular controls, and people will like it again. And I think they've achieved that, but so much more could have been done. I dig Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD, which is going to be fun forever to say, and it's fun for a little while to play, but it's hard to get too overly ecstatic and excited about it. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.